Hi, I'm Mike, and this is Our Wyoming Life. Welcome back to a special Saturday edition of Our Wyoming Life, where we get to take a look around the ranch and do a little chores, a few here and there. But I do have to start things off on a little bit of a bad note, and that is that over the last week or so, we actually lost one of our steers that are over here in the feedlot in finishing school. The worst part is that it's actually one of the steers that was on the A team, and that is number 38, actually passed away this week. We don't know why. We're not doing a necropsy. We're actually just kind of chalking it up to this is what happens to cows sometimes. The average feedlot rate, mortality rate is right around 5%. Now I can tell you that in our feedlot, in our finishing school over here, we are clear down around 1%, probably less than 1% actually. I tried to do the math and it came out to like 0.008, something like that. So it's about a little bit less than 1% is what we lose, which is great. That's actually not bad. And it just kind of happens sometimes. Really at no fault of our own, really no fault of the steer either. It could have been a number of different things. And as long as we're staying below that mortality rate that we aim for, which is that 1%, as long as we're down below that, we're doing okay. If things start to happen where we're getting more death loss than we anticipate, then we've got a little bit of a problem, but we'll deal with that when we get there. So anyway, losing number 38 cost the ranch about $5,000. So that's the thing that really sucks about it. But we're going to try to just move forward and keep moving on. We don't need a whole lot of speculation about why he died. The nice thing is that he's actually going on to support the ranch. He will be composted and will end up right back on the very soil that he managed to eat his hay from, and he is going to be helping to fertilize the ranch forever and ever. So that is the nice part about that. So today what we're doing is we are actually going to be taking our 4 steers from the A team, 5 from the B team, and we're going to be taking them across the road and getting them weighed. If you remember, over the last few weeks we've been talking about the FBN Gro-Mix, and that is a mix that we've been working with FBN, specially formulated based on the nutritional requirements that our cows have, the nutrition that is in our feed that we're feeding them anyway, the COB, the corn, oats, and barley, and what we have in our hay. We're taking those 3 factors and putting it together and basically coming up with a grow mix that makes sense for our cows. We'll be back over here in just a couple minutes to move these cows, to get them loaded up on a trailer and taken over across the road. We can get a weight. But the big thing is that we've had them on this grow mix for about a month, and in that month we want to see how much it's actually changed their gain, and we call it weight gain per day, and we want to see that number going up. So we're going to be taking a look at that before the end of the video and letting us see, and as well as you see exactly how much the FBN Gro-Mix is helping us. The FBN Gro-Mix gets its start in here, where we mix it in with the regular feed that we're giving these steers on a daily basis. The A team right now is getting 100 pounds per day, and the B team is 40 pounds per day, and we up that throughout their lives here on the ranch and in finishing school. So with that being said, we're back over to the AeroQuip and well, the AeroQuip chute. And I can't stress enough that it's going to be really nice once we get this chute with a scale underneath it. Don't have it yet. Hopefully in the spring we'll be able to tackle that project. We've got to pour a few yards of concrete and get some new scale bars to set underneath there. That'll save us the trouble of having to take this thing, well, take the trailer, which is right back there, and load it full of steers and move them across the road. But luckily, I guess we're not that far away, pretty easy to do. And I think the steers are kind of getting used to it. You guys ready to go? Come on, let's go get weighed. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Go spread. Come on. All right, now the B team. All right, we're ready to go. First up, what do you think about that? B team. We'll get them weighed. I've got a sheet over there I want to show you in just a second, but first we'll get these guys in position. Hey there, gang. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's go. Okay, so there we go. We're all lined up, ready to go. Start getting some weights on these guys. Number 48 is up first. Come on, kiddo. Come on. So what we're worried about here is gain per day, and we're going to be looking at that coming up. But right now, I've got a little cheat sheet here, and I've got all the numbers written down, and I've got the last time we weighed them, which was on September 10th, their weights from then. So we're going to see how much they're gaining. Just don't expect me to do math. All right, first up, number 48. Come on, kiddo. £878. That's a gain of 78 pounds for the month. That one I can do. That's easy math. All right, kiddo. Come on. Nope. Come on. This is number 80, 874. Come on up, kiddo. Number 68 here might be our big winner, 924 pounds. Holy smoke, you're big. Next up, we've got number 64, 928 pounds. Come on. And last one off the B team. Number 86, 936. Right here's what they weighed September 10th. Here's what they weigh today. Not too bad. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of push these guys into a holding corral so that we can bring in the 4 remaining members of the A team, and we might actually be shifting one of these guys from the B team into the A team, if they're big enough. We're hoping so. Really excited to find out what's happening with the FBN Gro-Mix and how it's helping our gain per day. We'll be able to compare that here pretty quick. Come on, guys. Good boys. That's a good place for them to hang out. All right, coming up the A team. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on. First up here is number 33. Weighing in at 932 pounds. That's a gain of about 100 pounds since last time. Come on. Come on, number 9. Come on, get him. $9.22. Who are you? Number 47, 878. $9.36 for number 30. Okay, all done with those ones. And here's how it looks for these ones. There's our 9-10 weights and today's weights. And like I said, what we're gonna see here, and I think this is gonna be a big difference, once we go in, we'll be able to look at those weight gains per day. But I think what we're seeing is the B team is actually gonna show a better gain, and that's because they have been on this Gro-Mix the entire time they've been in the feedlot. Remember, the A team spent 2 months without anything, so now they're catching up. But the B team, they might be our winners this time. We're gonna find out. First though, we have to choose somebody to graduate from the B team into the A team. And this is going to happen solely based on weights. This is not a personality test, nothing on looks, based on weight. And we are going to choose number 86, who weighs 936 pounds, right up there with the rest of the A team. So we're going to shift that cow, number 86, over to the A team. That puts 4 cows now on the B team, and we'll probably be able to find somebody from the field to go in there. I'm not going to do that today, but that is on my list. So number 86, you done graduated. You're a brand new man. 86, come on. Come on, kiddo. Let's see if we can get him to turn here. 86, coming around, coming around. Nope, nope, okay. Well, fine. They all went in there. Now we got to get him out of there. 68, come on out. Come on. Hey. Get out. All right, we got 3. Nope, 8. Make our life easier, we're gonna kick these guys into another corral. Let's put them back here. Come on, y'all. Come on. And now back to getting 86 out of here. Or keeping him in there, whichever works out best. Come on, somebody come out. One of y'all's a winner, one of y'all's a loser. Let's go. Come on, 86, good job. Okay, this is 86. All 900 and some odd pounds of him. And he is now gonna go into the A team, which is right over here. Come around that gate. There you go, you're smart. Look at you go. Okay, now go over there. Good job. All right. With the addition of 86 into the A team, that actually keeps us on schedule with our processor as well. Okay, so we know that if we want to unload correctly, we have to put the B team in the trailer first. So let's get set up for that really quick. All we have to do is just open up a few gates and we'll get them loaded up. Actually, I have that backwards. A team needs to come in first. They need to be in the front of the trailer so that they come out last. I don't know why this is so hard. Back on the trailer you go, come on. Come on. Get up front. Can you all fit up front? I hope. Come on, get in there. Come on, squeeze. That was a tight squeeze. They're getting bigger and bigger, which is great for us. All right, now it's time for the B team. Easy. Lemon squeezy. Now for the quick trip across the road. We'll get these guys dropped off. And then we head up to the office where honestly, you know, half of ranching really needs to take place. Nowadays, you've got computers, you've got spreadsheets, you've got all that kind of stuff. And it's so important. I remember, you know, watching Gilbert out in the truck, figuring on the back of his checkbook, and Well, that worked, I'm sure, for, well, you know, for as long as checkbooks were around. Before that, they were probably trying to figure it out on the back of an old Sears and Roebuck's catalog or something, but it worked. But now, times are changing. If you're not doing stuff, you know, digitally, you're not keeping track of what's going on with your herd, you might find yourself in a lot of trouble. Come on, guys. Come on out. Let's go. And for the steers, it's back to their standard of living, which is actually pretty high if you ask me. This is their status quo. They gonna go back to eating and drinking and doing whatever they do. We're gonna head up to the office, start crunching some numbers. And welcome to my little office slash studio where all the real work tends to be done. You've heard me talk about it before, but my big mantra this year has really been you can't manage what you don't measure. And that's why we're doing this. That's why we're making sure we're getting weights and we're figuring out exactly how much things are growing. So one of the things that I did take a chance or get a chance to go back and look at, and one of the things, like I said before, that we're looking at is the average gain per day. That's a big thing. We want to make sure that these calves are gaining at least a couple pounds a day. I think the industry average might be about 2 pounds per day without any supplements. We want to make sure that they're gaining a little bit more than that. So when I take a look back and I look back at that September 10th date that we did as our reference for this today, we went back and the A team was averaging 2.9 pounds per day per cow or steer. And the B team was averaging 1.5 pounds per day. So that kind of shows you the difference between the two. Now, when we go through and we start putting these numbers in, we'll be able to get our average gain per day with the new FBN Gro-Mix, which is huge. And that's what we're hoping is increasing the amount of weight that they're gaining on a daily basis. The minerals and the additives that are inside that Gro-Mix help the cows digest their food better, help them feel a little bit more hungry, and everything that we need to make sure that they're gaining the weight that they need to be able to be at least about 1,100 pounds when we process them and they come back to the ranch, and then we sell them online and through the farm store. So to do that, we have to pull up a program called Cattle Max, which I really like. Cattlemax.com. You can go check it out for yourself. I think they have a 30 or a 90-day free trial that you can check out. So if you're interested in finding some sort of cattle management software, this is great. So all I have to do is just go in and I pull up our A team, which right now has 4 calves in it now, or steers. We're not gonna add 86 in here yet because I want to make sure I get our averages correct. So we are just gonna roll with what we have and see what we get. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually add in a weight and measure for each animal. So we are going to go into here. We are going to put in measurements for each animal. We can actually pre-fill some of these, so we're actually going to fill them in. And these are stocking weights, and we're going to override existing values. Okay, so reference measurement's going to be our last measurement that we did for each one of these, and we're just going to go in and punch in their weight. So number 9 was 922, 936, 932, and 878. Okay, now I just have to save that and create those measurements. We're going to do the same thing for the B team. I'll just take a second, and then we just plug in our weights once again. So Okay, that's pretty much it. Once it's plugged in there, then we do a little bit of figuring, and we're gonna see exactly how much these guys gain per day and how much the FBN Gro-Mix actually helps us out. Wow. All right, the results are in, and they do look promising. I can tell you this much. On the A team, we didn't see a whole lot of change. They were averaging 2.9 pounds per day, and right now they're at 3.1. So not a whole lot of change there. A little bump, but not a lot. And I really didn't expect that them to have like a huge bump, because they actually started out on regular COB. They didn't actually have any of the additives, so I think that they don't have the experience with it as the B team does. Now the B team, as soon as they came in, they started getting the Gro-Mix, and so they didn't have any other buildup or any other COB before that, and they just got the Gro-Mix. Now, this is where it's really interesting, because the B team went from a 1.5 pound average daily gain to 4.5 pounds per day gain in finishing school. If they can keep that up all the way through the time that they leave here, they're going to be well over 1,200 pounds and will provide excellent yield from the feedlot and for the ranch. Based solely on these numbers, and yes, the A team didn't do quite as well, but like I said, that's to be expected. I'm expecting the FBN Gro-Mix to continue as we move through, but I think this is something we're going to have to revisit each and every month. Obviously, we do it here in-house, but I kind of want to share it with you guys. So make sure you follow along, because I think the very next time when we do this in a month, when we do it in November, I'll actually be sharing it on Facebook and Instagram. So make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram so that you can see exactly what FBN Gro-Mix is doing and how it's helping our small feedlot operation. We call it finishing school. Just a nice way to say it. So while the cows are learning their manners and learning how to eat and wipe the corners of their mouth and all that kind of stuff, they're still gaining weight. 4.5 pounds per day average weight gain for the B team is huge. If these guys can keep that up, I'm totally impressed. So thank you very much for hanging out with us today. Kind of a crappy deal with number 38. I get it. It's not any fun. It's super craptastic, but we do move on. These kind of things happen on the ranch. There's an old saying that if you deal with livestock, you're going to deal with dead stock, and it does happen. But we need to be able to move forward and move on and keep on keeping on, right? So that's our plan. Thanks for coming along with this special Saturday edition of Our Wyoming Life. We'll be back on Monday with a brand new video coming directly from the ranch, and we hope that you can subscribe. Follow along as we explore the ranch life and escape your ordinary right here on Our Wyoming Life.